I've been tinkering around with some Yuel reset scenarios, specifically on like a mid-screen juggle. So something like this. Something like that. And seeing how many different ways one can do that to sort of like spice it up, add a little variety to the kind of resets you can do. And I kind of wanted to showcase the things that I've been finding about that. Now, to do any of these resets, you're going to want to have your opponent in an auto combo while being juggled. Preferably mid-screen, because in the corner you would just combo them into oblivion. So what you're going to be doing is you can get that off of a basic anti-air. It's pretty simple, pretty universal. You should be seeing that. You should be seeing opportunities to use that pretty often. The one bad thing is that height is a little specific sometimes when it comes to these, so you want to be careful about what height you continue them on. Then you can also spend resources to do, for example, this one. You can do that to capitalize on like a random hit confirm, like off this. Or you can also hit them on crouch with an ultimate. The heavy's gonna whiff on that, you're gonna have to start your auto combo with a light or medium. Or you can spend a whole bunch of resources to do this. Now for the reset themselves, my most successful one out of the ones that I personally cooked up is missing the 236 medium. It's gonna leave you between +7 to +9, depending on the height, and in perfect striking range on your 8-frame startup. So you're essentially gonna be able to catch anything they throw out, aside from DPs or whatever. So as long as they believe that you like whiffed and they're trying to like mash to punish you or anything like that, you're gonna catch them. And I definitely get way more counter hits than I feel like I should off of that. So that's been giving me a decent amount of success. You can also just kind of mix it up. Just throw them instead. That's something you can do. If you, for some reason, end up doing something like this multiple times in a set, you can add a little variety to it. You can also do, the second one is to do the light instead. Now, the light is, it's less effective as a reset specifically. It's just way more telegraphed. You're gonna end up a solid distance away from your opponent. Having a larger frame advantage just, in some ways, just gives them more of a chance to notice that you're trying to like follow them up with a reset. But you can do some things like something like that. Or you can even incorporate throws into that one too, though they're going to be way more telegraphed because you're going to have to either do the hop or just not stance at all and just run it down into a throw. But generally speaking, they're a lot more telegraphed. I use those way more rarely, and it's more if I've already used the medium version a lot. I can just change things up with the light version from time to time. Now, the reason I like these two resets is that combining the initial and the second combo together, not only do you reset your rating and you get more damage overall, but you also get to basically push them from one corner all the way to the other. So about this distance right here should be okay. And you can essentially just bring them all the way over here, right? And you can even follow it up with a super here for what would have been around 7k damage. So the second combo has a very solid follow-up, basically from anywhere in the map. Like, it doesn't have to be, as extreme as this. You would have just brought him to the corner a lot quicker. If you're in like a super extreme scenario, you're getting pressured really hard by a really melee-heavy character over here, like a 6 or something. You can also bring them to the corner, you're just going to need to spend some resources to it. Right? You're not going to be able to follow it up with a super, but you're still going to get a decent combo at the end of that at the cost of one of your ultimates. And essentially, no matter where you hit them with one of these resets, you're just going to put them in the corner with some decent damage. Now this third one is one that I'm actually a lot more excited to show. And I copied it from a player called Chronicles who wins in the Cayenne Cup Top 8. And what makes this one special is that it can cross up the opponent. So here's the one that he does specifically. I really like this reset. Not only is the cross-up gonna like mess up some DPs if they're trying to do that, it was also gonna make them miss the block if they're trying to hold back instead of using the button. You can also just use it in the corner. You're gonna have to spend meter if you want a wall bounce off of it. Hit your regular heavy's not gonna work out. You're still gonna put him in the corner though, so it's not a massive deal if you don't get that extra damage. Now there's a few things about it that I wanted to show that are not visible from just the clip in the tournament. And one of them is that you can use that off of an anti-air. So you do not have to just, you know, spend your entire life savings in SBA to just be able to do it. You can just do that off a raw anti-air anywhere on the screen. It's pretty nice. You can also, instead of using the B version, you can use the light. And if you saw there, Yuel ended up directly under them. She actually crossed herself up a couple of times. You can see her switching sides. And what that means is that you can just hold that direction just slightly to make her take a couple steps and you end up crossing up. Or if you don't, you can just end up in the same side you were in. So if you have, like, say, used it once or twice against someone in a set, you can still kind of use it again and just mix them up by not mixing them up and just staying on the same side. You can also obviously just incorporate a throw at any point in there. Just mix them up however you want. So the downsides to it is that it's very height dependent on where you do your auto combo. You're going to want to end it on the second hit, and they still need to be high enough for you to go under them. His starter, the one that Chronicles used in the tournament, is basically perfect. You can just fully autopilot it, and you're going to be right at the height. Now, the other two starters on the ground are not very doable. They're just going to be too low. You're just going to end up hitting them. You saw there, you can still use it as an anti-air, but if you do it too high, you will fly under them a little too quick and they'll flip the other way. You'll kind of lose your chance to follow it up. That said, it's not particularly strict. You can do it at a pretty wide range of heights that you can still cross them under. So you can still do this basically anywhere in the anywhere in the middle of the screen. You can kind of just try to cross up and mix them up a little bit. So how good they are, the cross-up one is pretty decent. I've been trying to incorporate that into my muscle memory since I found it on that tournament video. I did have quite a bit of fun trying to improve on it, and I really do like altering it to use the light version. So you can basically maintain a higher frame advantage, you add a lot more ambiguity over which side you're in. And I don't know, it feels a lot better. Though I haven't had much of a chance to use it in practice yet. It's not quite ingrained in my muscle memory quite as well. As for the other ones, I have been using these for a couple of weeks now, and I have a decent amount of success with them on S rank, specifically the medium. The light one is usually blocked. It's just a little too telegraphed. Right, it gives them a lot, much bigger window to realize that you're trying to just like follow them up. Whereas the other one just kind of really feels like you just screwed up a combo. So it seems like people just want to try and punish you, and then you just catch them with that. Even when it misses, it's usually just they still end up blocking. I don't think I have ever been DP'd by that, at the very least in the first try. You know, if you're trying to do it multiple times, people are going to get wise to it and just DP the crap out of you. But, you know, it's something fun to throw. Every once in a blue moon, you occasionally get the chance with it. You have the meter, you have the bravery points. You catch them on a wild one like that, and you just put them all the way in the corner. So yeah, let me know if any of that was particularly useful.